The Super Mario movie, Nintendo had one strategy in mind. Play it safer than a handshake on your first date. How to make it stand out? Gather a squad of A-list actors and stuff it with enough Easter eggs to make a Yoshi faint. All I had to do now was figure out if their strategy paid off for them. It definitely paid off. But why didn't I love it? Why was it more average than an Olive Garden salad? Why did a movie featuring the most iconic video game character ever fall flat? I began to look into it with vigor. Perhaps it was because of the lazy soundtrack that hardly used Koji Kondi's immaculate Mario beats and instead favored cliché pop songs. Perhaps it was because they spent 20 minutes of screen time in New York instead of the rich fantasy land of Mario. But no, these failures still don't explain the bitter aftertaste in my mouth every time I watch it. I'm at my limits now, reaching total exhaustion. Seconds turn into minutes, minutes turn into a whole hour, and still I have no answer. I had set out to find the truth, but the truth remained hidden, until my kids made me rewatch it again, and again, and again. Only then did a light bulb go off. The fatal flaw that kept Mario from becoming an immaculate masterpiece was Peach. At last, my chakras were unlocked, and I found the true problem with the movie: Peach. As soon as I knew the culprit, everything came into focus. Peach deceived the world. Maybe modern Hollywood has beat us over the head with girl bosses so much that we're growing numb to it. The usual angsty men who spend time attacking girl bosses fail to catch one of the worst offenders. Yes, Peach is a girl boss. Not the good kind like Leia from Star Wars, Vin from Mistborn, Sarah Connor from Terminator, or Mulan from Mulan. No, she's the bad kind. The kind that likes to flex her awesomeness but remains bland. The kind that makes the male protagonist kiss her feet. The kind that the writers want to make perfect and force feed you to love. Then why didn't anyone notice? Why did it take me so long to figure it out myself? Because for the first time in bad girl boss history, Hollywood was subtle. But fear not, viewer. I will personally guide you through the web of deceit and into the truth, so you too can achieve the avatar state of understanding. It's time to unveil how Peach is the carbon monoxide of the Super Mario movie, undetectable yet toxic. But I am your carbon monoxide detector. I'm not the guide that you deserve. I'm the guide that you need. Now, before you stop watching and label me as sexist or whatever other label you wish to give, I want to explain why I have issues with Mary Sue's or girl bosses. A Mary Sue often detracts from uplifting and inspiring storytelling. We live in a world where you and I are struggling day to day, sometimes barely getting by. When we turn to stories, we don't want to see perfection, let alone perfection that is demeaning and rarely fails. Characters like this are uninspiring, and in today's environment, where the world is crashing into a mental health crisis, Mary Sue's are not helpful. They teach women and girls that in order to be valuable, you must be perfect. You must be able to do it all, and in so doing, you must often be in direct competition with men and boys. The Mary Sue often teaches that success is a zero-sum game. The problem is that we don't want perfect characters. We want characters that struggle against insurmountable obstacles because we struggle against these same obstacles. We want the truth in storytelling, and yes, the truth even in fiction. And the truth is that people struggle and oftentimes people fail. Therefore, it stands to reason that the characters who struggle and fail at first, but then later succeed, are the characters that we love most. Peach flattens Mario when she first meets him, proving her incredible fighting skills. Then she makes sure to demean him, telling him that he is small and useless. After he says please, she gives him a chance to prove himself after showing off her amazing abilities without a single power-up. She then assaults him with the power-up mushroom, and he proceeds to fail again and again and again. She decides to bring him along anyways, and talks about how amazing she is. After all this time is wasted, Peach makes another official announcement that she is going to save the day. When asked about Mario, she assures her Toads that he is a useless person. Later on, Peach reassures poor little Mario that Luigi is going to be alright and then shows off her firebending skills. Peach then explains how amazing she has been since birth and how she was made queen of the Toads by virtue of her greatness. Mario and Toad hide behind Peach when Harambe shows up screaming. Mario and Toad are saved by Peach from Harambe's reckless driving. Mario and Toad fall out of the cart on their faces, but Peach lands gracefully. Mario fights Donkey Kong, but only wins because Peach tells him how to win. Peach gets her Girl Boss motorcycle and rolls out just fine. Mario and Toad, they struggle. While riding on Rainbow Road, everyone talks about how amazing Peach is. Donkey Kong shows his respect for the first time in the entire movie to Peach. After all, Peach is a girl. Mario loses his cart, Toad loses his cart, many Kongs lose their carts, but Peach? No. She's fine, and she has to save her bodyguard. Everyone gets captured. Just kidding, Peach does not get captured. Peach escapes with her useless bodyguard because she is the hero of the story now. Peach shows up to tell her Toads to run away. Instead of going out by herself, since she can clearly do anything and everything, she decides Toad can come. She walks out with a poleaxe. Not a power-up, but a poleaxe. Why? Because she is strong and stunning. Peach is about to put up a fight and end Bowser, but Toad's presence compromises everything, and she is only captured after willingly surrendering. Peach gets an ice flower, defeats Bowser, and proceeds to fight the entire elite force by herself. She has freed herself. No one else can free her. Fast forward to the final fight, and much to my surprise, they let Mario and Luigi have a big moment where they save the day all by themselves. Just kidding. In order to not be caligenophobic, Peach has to. She has to be part of the rescue efforts, despite being already captured. Off screen, of course. Thus we see Mario and Luigi save the day, but the only time they are able to do so is if they get the ultimate power-up from Peach. In conclusion, I'm only upset because of what could have been. We've been playing Mario games for the past 40 years, and in many of these games we save Peach. I'm not saying you have to make Peach the stereotypical damsel in distress. There are many ways they could have still had Mario and Luigi save her without her being completely helpless. If, however, you're still so worried about perpetuating harmful stereotypes about damsels in distress, then there are still thousands of other ways to make Peach a strong, likable character. Just anything but this perfect, impeccable, flawless girl boss. Please.